Hello, friends. Today we are going to talk about comment code, variable, data type, type inference, and then user input. In a last example, we did these things, variable, data type, but I didn't talk a lot about these theory things. So we'll talk about this also. What is the variable, data type? And before that, last time we had a challenge and I asked to print something like if you give the input 2 3 4 and then it will multiply and give the output. So if you have done the challenge, that's great. If not, then I will do that and I will show to you. And then we'll also talk about user input. So the program will ask to provide the input, and and then as soon as we give the input, it will give the result. So if you want to add the two numbers, then we'll give the two input and it will add the two numbers and will give the result. And then after this, the new challenge for you will be input two numbers, 7 and 3, and output should be as given below. It will take this two number, it will add and give the result, it will subtract, give the result, it will multiply and give the result. Okay, so let's just start now. So I will start the REPL. Okay, so come to this screen and type https :/replit.com languages languages /go enter. And what are we going to do today is multiply these three numbers first, 2 3 and 4. Okay, so we'll come here and we know if you run this program, we'll see the output, hello world. And sometimes instead of a print ln, like if you do the printf, then we'll, we'll see the output, but sometimes it will disappear. I don't know, it's maybe a little bit issue with the REPL it, but it will disappear sometimes. So what we do in that case, like if you run your program and if you think your program is right and you do not see the output, so sometimes output comes but it will disappear quickly. So in that case, you just put something at the end, like print f end of the line, like this, print of, or like to think println, let's do println end of the line. We'll give the one /n here, so to print the next line. Now you can see the end of the line, that's in the next line. Okay, we can comment this also. We know how to comment. So if you comment this 2 /, it will not print that line. But if you want to comment more than one line, then there's another way. So you have to do /* and then what are the lines you want to comment? Yeah, and then wrap that line within this. So this is a /, and under this you can write anything. Yeah, so this is just base program. You can write anything here and it will not be considered as the code, right? The code is, this is the code, that is the commented. So that's the way how we can comment more than one line. So if I run this, we do not see hello world or some other lines, we see that this line. And there is also chance, sometimes what we do, you copy this and sometimes by mistake, if you put that here and run it, it will not run, because the rule is, everything should be within this uh, opening and curly bracket. So that's why, just bring it back. So that's not the good way. That we call syntax error. That's a syntax error. So see here, it's showing that, okay, that's a syntax error. So that's actually we did something against the rule. So that's a rule in the programming language. We'll say that that's a syntax error. Okay, so we learned one term, that's syntax error. Okay, so that's why just we're putting everything's between opening and closing bracket. That's good. Let's define, three variables. We need num1, and then so what is that value we want to multiply? So 2, 3, 4. So num1, and that's a 2. And again, it's coming after two tabs. Let's going back one tab. So one tab, and that's just num2. So 3, and num3. So 4. Okay, we got all these numbers, and then result, then num1 plus num2 plus num3. Okay, we can print the result here, fmt, println, and double quotes, result. So saying undefined result, what's the mistake we did here? The mistake we made, we have to give this colon and run it again. Result declared and not used. So the problem is, this is the variable. We declared the variable and we are not using the variable. You say that, okay, in line 15, we are using the result, but this is wrapped in a double quotes. So if you wrap something in a double quote, that will be printed as it is. So that's why it's saying that, okay, we are not utilizing this variable. So if you want to print something in a println, that should not be wrapped within double quotes. That's another syntax you have to learn. So here, okay, if I run this time, it will run. Okay, you see there 9. So just where is end? Oh, make put this line, here at the end, like this. Run it again. Okay, now we'll see the 9 and end of the line, end of the line. But our result should not be like this. We are expecting something different. We want 2, 3, 4. So that's why we have to print 2, 3, 4. So what we do in the double quotes, we have to do %d plus %d plus %d, and then equal to %d, because uh, I want to print that variable value, num1 values, values of num2, values of num3, and then values of result. So that's why I gave 4 %d, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then after double quotes, you give out the variable name num1, num2, num3, and then result. Okay. Now let's run that and let's see here. I started double quotes here and I put all %d. I close the double quotes, and then after that I'm giving the comma here, and then comma, comma, and comma result. Okay, so that's a syntax you have to learn. Okay. Okay. So still it's not printing. It's saying that print it's displaying just %d, %d, %d. So that is also a common mistake usually we do. So we have to be careful a little bit about this. Why it is not printing our value? Yeah, why it is printing 2, 3, this thing. This is not actually replacing. If you see the value is a 2, 3, 4, and this, but we are not getting the data as we want. So what's the mistake we made here? If you see here, the println. So this kind of the formatting doesn't work with the println. So what we have to do, instead of println, you have to do printf. Okay, and then you do one next line here. Okay, let's try once again. Nice, 2, 3 plus 4. But see, this is the we are doing the plus. Are you expecting the plus or something different? No, it's the multiplication. So what we can do, we can change this plus to multiplication. So you can do multiplication here, multiplication, and then some multiply. And okay, try to run again and see the result. Okay, we got the result. 2 to 3 into 4 equals 24. Okay, so we got the result, and we did, in this program, we did many things. We did, the comment code, we did the variable things, data type, type inference. So this these things we already did, but let me explain, what is that here in this case. So if you see num1, so num1 is the variable, and num2 is another variable. So variable is something, like it's a memory area. It's some area defined in a memory where we store, this value 2, and we store 3 and 4. So that's a variable. And there is a one more concept. Here we have like 2, and the 2 is getting stored in a num1, and there is a type for the variable. So it's a whole number, it's called int. And if I want to multiply, some decimal number like this, we say that float number here. So 7 and 8, and you'll see the result. It will multiply, and in that case, since this is a different kind of data, this is not like whole number. So this we call float number. So if you multiply the float number, then for the float number you have something different. So percentage f, f instead of d, what you have to do, f, and then here also f. Then try and run that. Okay, we'll see the result like this. We'll see the result in a float, in the terms of float. So at the compile time, when we run the program, and before that, actually, it will compile the program and it will check whether there is a correct syntax or not. So at the compile time, Golang will know that what is the type of the data, what is the type of this data, whether this is the whole number things or this is a float number. So this concept, like this concept of knowing, knowing the type of the data at the compile time is called type in it's called here type inference. So that's why I talked about the type inference. Golang know that what is the type of the data at compile time. So that's a type inference. And the variable, we talked about the variable, and that's a memory area. And then there's another thing called data type. We talked two type of data. This is a whole number, and this with the point. So that is, one is the int, and another is a float. So the question comes to our mind: what will be, the different kind of data? So okay, so for the different kind of data, or we say that different types of the data. So if you go to the internet and you can search here Golang data type, and then you can have many links here. Let's see some links. All data types in Golang. Okay, and these are the link here. Int, this link we have all the types. So there are types like int. For the whole number, there are different things: int 8, int 16. So if you want to do some operation on big number, then you need the int 64. Okay, so that's good. You can read that, or whenever there's some use case comes, I will explain about that. Okay, that's good. That's a type. We understand about the type, different type of the data. What else? Let's check that. Okay, so data type. Now next we see the user input, how the user input works. So in this case, what I want to do, I want to comment first. I want to comment this line first. I mean, first pause here, you run this program and be confident, okay, we are getting the output. So everything is good. Next thing is we'll take the input. So before that, I do not want to lose my code here. So what I do, I just comment for now. So that will not the part of the program that will be commented. Okay, that's commented. If I run now, I will see end of the line. I do not see anything or these operations here. Okay, so in order to input the different data, what I can do is I have to define the variable first. I have to say that I have to define the variable a little bit different way, not like a type inference way. I have to say that, okay, var num. So I'll say that var means variable. Okay, so num1 is a variable and the type is int. I'll say that type is int. In the another way, or for another variable, I can say, okay, num2 and the type is int. So I want to get two values from the user. So I defined two variables. So in this portion, I defined two variables. Now what I do, I'll say that printf enter two, or I can say enter first number. Okay, then some next line. It's all println is also already a next line here, and then here I come here and what I do fmt and then scanf. This is another function, scanf. So scanf, and then what I do in a double quotes, I will do %d and then double quotes close comma and percent and this variable name num1. Let's try this program, run it and see what is happening here. Okay, it's a num2 declared but not used. It's asking for num2. For now, just we can comment this and again run. Okay, it's saying that, okay, enter first number. So then I will give 10. Done. Okay. So it took that number. If you want to print, you can print here. Okay, if I can come here and fmt printf, and if I do just print the num1, then it will print. Again, run this program. Okay, where is the problem here? See, so main go 24 cannot use num1 print. So fmt as type a string in arguments. Okay, what is the problem happening here? So at line this, if num1 into first number, let's do that's in the next line again. Okay, that's next line, and we'll do for now we'll do something println, and we'll understand that slowly. I'll explain it later. Yeah, so pain end of the line, it didn't print. Actually, do the next line here and like this. Okay, let's try now. Okay, now it looks good. It's coming, the cursor coming in the next line. 10. Okay, that's a 10. So we got the output 10. If you use the printf, you have to do something like this. Printf and then within the double quotes, %d and num1. Let's try again. So this time click here, 10 and one of 10 comes. So you can do either way. You can do the printf or println. Okay, for now I do not want this. I want to enter second number also. So what I do again, fmt printf and then enter second number. Similar way, do the next line so that cursor will appear in the next line. And I also want to accept the second number. Let's uncomment this line and I'll use fmt scanf %d then comma in num2. So the second value, it will go to the variable called num2. Okay, so we got that. Let's run this. It will ask the number first, 10, 10, and then enter, and then again 20. Okay, we it accepted that number, but we are not printing. That's good. Next thing is we'll do some operation. We'll try to add that number. So what we do, the result colon equal to, I can say num1 plus num2, and and then next line I'll print the result. Okay, 20 println and result. So let's see, run this, and then first number 10, enter, second number 20, enter. We'll see the result is 3. So let's use the printf. So instead of println, let's use the printf. Printf, and let's see like this in a double quotes, result equal to, double quotes close, and then we need percentage %d here, and then result. Run it. 10, click here, 10, then 20, result equal to 30. Yes, a good thing for this program is like you do not have to go here and change this input. You can take the input from the user. So if I run again, and this time I give the input 100, and then I give another input 500, it will give me an add that, and result is 600. So that's a good thing about the user inputs. Okay, so I'm going to pause here, try this program, run this program, and the next challenge, once you are successful, then your next challenge will be uh, input 7 and 3, and then output should be as given below. It should be 7 plus 3, 10, 7 minus 3, 4, 7 into 3, 21. Okay, that's all for today. See you in the next video.